guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. If you're new here, my name's Macy. I'm a senior at the University of Oregon and I make lifestyle videos and vlogs. Today I thought it would be really fun if we did sort of a little Q&A while I get ready with you guys. Not sure where I'm going, probably not going anywhere because I need to upload this video in like 3 hours. This has been the craziest first week back to school. So I never had a chance to film this video, so we're just gonna get right into it. I did ask you guys these questions on Instagram, so if you want to be able to participate in this next time, then be sure you go follow me. Also be sure you guys reply to my pinned comment down below. I'll randomly select one person who replies to that question to be shouted out and featured in my next video. So literally all you have to do is just reply to the pinned comment down below, and that's it. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is taking my Olay moisturizer, and the first question that I got a couple times was asking what I'm studying in school. So I am studying political science. I'm getting a Bachelor of Science in political science, and then I'm also minoring in business. I did change my plan quite a few times. So originally when I transferred, I wanted to major in political science, and that's what I was. Then I switched to business, and since I do go to the University of Oregon, they're really known for their business program, and basically it was just way too complicated to try and switch to the business major from a political science major. And I still wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do after college. So I just decided that minoring in business instead was probably gonna be the best option because I can always go get my master's in business if I end up deciding that's what I want to do. Okay, so next I'm taking my Maybelline Superstay foundation. Then the next question I got was actually school related too. It said, how do you like online school? And honestly, so if you guys don't know, I just recently moved back to California. So I was planning on finishing school out online anyways, but with the quarantine in place, you know, I ended up being forced to finish my classes online, which ended up being pretty nice because I was able to take some classes online that I wasn't gonna be able to do otherwise. And actually, I really like it so far. I was kind of worried because normally online classes, like, you don't really learn anything just because you usually don't have an actual lecture. So I do have 2 classes that were normally gonna be online, and one of them, literally she just has like reading set up from the textbook and like a few videos to watch, but she doesn't actually interact with you at all, and I feel like I'm not really gonna learn anything from that class. But then the other one that's completely online, she has it set up super well, like really easy to navigate the course, and I'm learning a lot from that class. But then the normal classes, like where we're doing Zoom lectures, I feel like I like it a lot better. I'm definitely more motivated to go to class because I don't have to leave my house. I don't have to put pajamas, or I don't have to take my pajamas off. I don't have to put real clothes on. And 9 times out of 10, if I didn't go to class, it was usually because I just didn't want to have to wait in the cold for the bus. I know it sounds really lazy, but honestly, I am really lazy. And so I don't have to do that. So I'm way more motivated to actually like attend the online lectures. Plus, if I can't make it to one of them for some reason, they're all being recorded as well, which is nice. But I feel like students are being way more like interactive with the professors. The professors are like way more there for the students and happy and eager to assist just because we all have so much stuff going on. It's actually way harder to do my makeup and chit chat than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, so I'm literally just gonna take a teeny tiny bit more foundation and put it on these 2 little blemishes I have. Oh, that was way more than I was trying to get. Okay, and under my eyes a little. Okay, then I'm also taking this Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation stick. This is in a shade that's a lot darker than I am, just to give a little dimension to my face. Alright, so then the next question is, what made you decide to do YouTube? And honestly, I had made a couple different YouTube channels when I was like 11 and 12 years old. I loved it, but some kids made fun of me in school for it, and I got really embarrassed and didn't want to do it. But I was inspired by like Aspen Ovard, Ellen Blair Fowler, like all of those OG like beauty YouTubers, all the beauty gurus. All of them, they really inspired me to like want to do it. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks so fun. I want to make videos. And so that's what originally made me want to, and then more recently, you know, like I said, like kids would make fun of me at school for it, but I realized that making YouTube videos really gives me a voice. It allows me to be myself, and I did hide it from most of my family for a little while just because I didn't know how they were gonna react, but they've all been super supportive so far. But I just like how it gives me a voice and just allows me to be myself. Okay, so now I'm gonna set my face with my Coty Airspun powder. And the next question is, what is your favorite clothing brand? And this one's kind of hard for me to answer because I don't really know. The majority of my closet is Forever 21 just because they're really affordable. Every time my mom and I would like go down to the city, we would always stop there and look at the clearance racks. I actually worked at Forever 21. If you guys watch some of my vlogs from like last year, I worked there up until December actually, so even through then, if I said I went to work, that's where I was going. I was a manager there, and I'll actually talk about that a little bit more. I know one other question I wanted to answer was similar to that. So most of my clothes are from there, but I do also really like American Eagle. They are pricier, but their clothes are really well made and really comfortable. I actually found some jeans at the thrift store. They were like $5.99 or $6.99. They were brand new from American Eagle, and they are the comfiest pair of jeans that I own. But I also just like to go thrift shopping in general. You can find so many affordable clothes there. Okay, so next I'm gonna bronze my face with my Milani bronzer. I've showed this so many times. Okay, so this next question actually is where I wanted to talk about Forever 21, and it was, what is your day job? So I don't have a day job anymore. I actually quit for a number of different reasons. So if you guys want a story time about me working at Forever 21, maybe like the whole interview process, because I know there's like a lot of talk on the way their interviews work, and just how it was working for the company in general, let me know, because I think it would be fun to do that, just because I feel like I have a lot of stuff to talk about working there. And I didn't originally want to talk about working there because I was thinking like, oh, maybe I would go back if we move to Boise like we were talking about. I'd probably want to still try and get a job there because I did really like working there. But there was just a number of reasons why I quit. The store manager at the location I was at, I just felt like she wasn't really appreciative of her employees, and it's a lot to get into, but I don't have a day job anymore. I just do YouTube, which I don't get paid for. I do have some sponsors here and there, which I do have 2 coming up soon. And then I just focus on school full time because right now I'm taking 5 classes, 20 credits. It's a lot, but I probably am gonna look for another job soon. Okay, so the next question is, what is your plan for after college? And kind of like what I was talking about, I'm still not really 100% sure. I do want to be a lawyer, but now that we moved back to California, there's no law school anywhere near here, so if I did want to do that, I would have to do it online because I don't want to move again, at least not like out of town. Okay, so I'm highlighting with this Bare Minerals highlighter. It's like a duo The next question is, are you originally from California? And I am. I was born and raised in Northern California. My whole family still lives here, and I talked about it in my last video, I believe, or a couple videos back. I'll link it below. Zach and I moved back home. We're both living with our moms right now because we want to be closer to family and friends and all of that. So I am California born and raised. Alright, so I'm just gonna use my Revolution Pro palette because it has the biggest mirror. So the next question is, what is a food everyone loves but you hate? And I have a few different ones for this. I hate avocados, and yes, I said that as a native Californian. I hate avocados. I also hate tomatoes, onions, and cilantro, which are all key ingredients in a salsa, but I love salsa. I just don't like if it's chunky, and especially not if it's super cilantro heavy. I feel like those are probably the only. I don't really like bell peppers. I like the flavor of bell peppers. I don't like bell peppers themselves. So like if someone were to make fajitas, I'd pick the bell peppers out. That's basically it. Other than that, I'm not super picky. Alright, so my eye makeup is done. I'm gonna pop on some mascara. The next question that I got was asking how Zach and I met, and we met my freshman year of high school, and he was a senior, which I know sounds bad, but it's not like he pursued me. His cousin was basically like my brother my freshman year, and I was basically just talking to assholes. I cannot get my mascara open. I was talking to assholes and he didn't like it, and so I did not want to be in a relationship, but I was literally on the bathroom floor crying, and I remember him being upset because he didn't like seeing me crying, and he said, I don't want you dating assholes anymore. You should date someone that I approve of. And I said, like who? And he said, his cousin Zach. And I said, I don't know who that is. And so he texted Zach my number, and I didn't think anything of it. I figured I was never gonna hear from this guy. I didn't know who he was or anything. And then later that night, I was getting into bed and he texted me because he was working at Papa Murphy's back then. And our conversation was like super short. I know he like asked me what movie he should watch, and I was super obsessed with this one. I think it was called Homefront or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And he told me he was gonna check it out, and then he fell asleep. And I don't think I talked to him for a couple days. And then we talked for maybe like a week or so. He was going into the army, so he didn't want to be in a relationship. I was just off and on with assholes and didn't want to be in a relationship either. So we kind of just like talked off and on throughout March and part of April, I believe. And then I started dating this guy I had been talking to, which was another asshole. Sorry for all of the cussing, and I accidentally just kicked my tripod. So I had started dating him again, well, for the first time, sort of, and didn't talk to Zach for a while because I was dating that guy. And then we broke up, and I started talking to Zach off and on again. Not really like anything serious, like just as friends. And then once school got out, in June we started like hanging out more, was when we hung out for the first time and like really talking like every single day. And then the night before he was leaving for basic training, he came over to say goodbye and he kissed me for the first time, and then he went away for 4 months and I could only talk to him through letters and like 1 or 2 phone calls. So that's how we met. And I've talked about this a little bit before, but the first time that I saw him, when he came home the first time after he had left, he surprised me. I'll try to insert like a little bit of the video here. And that was super awesome. But yeah, basically how we met was his cousin set us up, and it took us a long time before we really like were completely interested in each other, because neither one of us wanted to be in relationships. And now it's been 5 years and here we are. Hey, that took me way too long to put my mascara on because I can't talk and put it on at the same time. So I'm gonna pop on this MAC lipstick. It's not really like a lipstick, it's like a lip butter. It's from one of their Christmas collections. And then I'm also, that is shimmerier than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna put on this L'Oreal lipstick in number 810 Sandstone. I actually think I'm gonna keep this headband in for today. I kind of like it and my hair's not all in my face. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Again, be sure you reply to the pinned comment down below if you want a shout out in my next video. If you guys want that story time on when I worked at Forever 21, please let me know. I should have some extra time this week now that classes have settled down to be able to film it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!